80% of your results come from 20% of your work. Hey there! Today I want to show you how to use the 80-20 rule to take control of your time, plan your tasks, and multiply your results. A lot of us work really hard, but don't get the results we want. And the reason is simple. We spend time on the wrong things. The 80-20 rule says 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. For example, if you have 10 tasks, only 2 of them create the biggest impact. So the question is, how do you identify that 20% of crucial tasks and focus on them? 1. Write down all your daily tasks. The first step is to list everything you plan to do today, on paper or in an app. Even small tasks, like checking social media or emails, should be written down. The goal? To have a full picture of your day. 2. Identify the 20% most important tasks. Now be honest with yourself. Figure out which tasks have the biggest impact on your goals. Remember, this small portion of activities creates 80% of your results. 3. Put your main time into them. Once you know your top 20% tasks, it's time to focus your time on them. Dedicate a part of each day to these tasks and keep your focus there. 4. Eliminate low-impact tasks. Now it's time to reduce or remove the 80% of tasks that give you the least results. This will free up your time and lighten your mental load. Psychology tip: when the human mind is overloaded, productivity drops. Cutting low-impact tasks not only frees up time, it also reduces stress and mental fatigue. 5. Review and update your 20%. Always update your most important 20%. As conditions change, some tasks may become more or less impactful. This review ensures you're always focusing on what produces the most results. Now that you understand the 80-20 rule and its principles, I've prepared some practical examples to help you easily identify and focus on your 20% high-impact tasks. 1. Time management. If you have 10 tasks, maybe only 2 to 3 create the biggest progress in your project or day, like writing an important report or preparing a presentation. When the brain focuses on a few key tasks, decision-making and creativity improve. Focusing on main tasks reduces wasted time and increases output. 2. Learning and studying. When learning a language, focusing on the 20% of most used words lets you speak faster. Or in school, 20% of core resources cover 80% of exam questions. So before a test, identify the most important 20% of material and spend more time on it. Targeted learning helps the brain process and retain key information. Choosing the crucial 20% focuses memory and mental energy and reduces forgetting. 3. Exercise and health. In strength training, 20% of movements like squats, planks, and bench press have the biggest impact on your muscles and body shape. For weight loss, 20% of key dietary habits, like cutting soda and sugar, make the largest difference. Focusing on impactful exercises makes your workout shorter but more effective. Over time, the compound effect of key exercises improves body form, muscle strength, and cardiovascular health. 4. Business and sales. 20% of clients bring in most of the revenue. Focusing your time and energy on them boosts sales and profits faster. Concentrating on main clients optimizes resources and builds stronger business relationships. According to business psychology, deep engagement with a small group of clients multiplies income and loyalty. These examples show that the 80-20 rule works. To apply it better, let's see where it came from. The 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle, comes from Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. In the early 20th century, he noticed that roughly 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. Since then, this principle has been observed in business, learning, time management, sales, exercise, even human relationships. Key point: the unequal distribution between cause and effect is always there. Most results come from a small portion of activities. The philosophy behind the rule: focus on the most important. Instead of treating all tasks equally, focus on the small, impactful portion. Compound effect: investing in that 20% creates a bigger effect over time. Work smarter, not harder. The goal is to get results with minimal energy and maximum output. Additional notes: the 80-20 rule isn't exact. It's more of a mindset and guide. The ratio may vary slightly, like 70-30 or 90-10, but the principle is the same. A few factors produce the most impact. Applying this rule frees up your time and makes results faster and better. Remember, high productivity comes from focusing on the most important tasks. Too much scattered work just leaves you tired and frustrated. But when you know which 20% of tasks create 80% of results and focus on them, your time becomes freer and your progress accelerates. Common misconceptions about the 80-20 rule. 1. Everything must be exactly 80-20. People think the ratio must always be precise. Truth, the key is focusing on the small portion that has a big impact, not the exact numbers. 2. Hard work equals all good results. Many believe more effort equals more success. Reality, most results come from a small portion of activities, not unfocused effort. 3. All important tasks are fixed. We think the top 20% tasks are constant. In fact, priorities change with circumstances and goals. 4. The rule only applies to business. Some think 80-20 is only for sales or project management. Reality, it works for learning, health, relationships, daily habits, even hobbies. 5. Small tasks are unimportant. People assume 80% of low-impact tasks are worthless. Actually, some small tasks support the top 20%, and removing them completely may backfire. 6. Focusing on 20% means ignoring the rest. Not true. The 80% low-impact tasks should be reduced, not eliminated. They're sometimes necessary. 7. Identify the 20% only once. One-time identification isn't enough. Regular review is needed to align with goals and circumstances. 8. The 80-20 rule replaces effort and planning. It's a tool, not a substitute for planning or consistent practice. 9. Focusing on 20% guarantees instant success. The compound effect takes time. Consistency is essential. 10. The same 20% works for everyone. Each person, team, or project has a different 20% that produces the biggest impact. Summary. High productivity comes from focusing on what matters most. Scattered effort only wears you out. But when you know the 20% of tasks that generate 80% of results and focus on them, your time is freer and your progress accelerates. If you found this video useful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Produced by Yunu. Script and visuals created by a human. Voice narration generated using AI tools. If you want to learn how to manage your time and your life with focus and smart strategies and multiply your results, then check out the other videos on this channel right now and speed up your path to success. Each video is packed with practical tips, useful techniques, and creative ideas that can truly change your daily life and your future. Don't miss this chance to learn and grow.